Welcome to the home of the DIY movement, where we build stuff and paint things.
All right, y'all, welcome back. Today is Saturday, 4th of July, big holiday. Man, after about a month, we're finally getting back to car stuff. As I said previous video a couple days ago, man, we're gonna be working on a 62 today. I think our goal is just to get the side moldings on. They've been over here on the shelf. He got a set of clips, reproduction clips. These are some old ones for the quarter panels, and these are from something else. So like I say, they've been sitting over here for a few weeks now. They were chrome plated, they were painted, and they've been sitting. So I would imagine that we're going to have to modify the clips because these things have been chrome plated, and they're probably thicker than usual. So that's going to take some work. It's going to be kind of tedious. Man, I haven't done this on a 62 in a while. I know the door molding goes on before the door handle, I believe, and I think he has the stuff for the locks. So that's the goal for today, is 6-piece side molding. Yesterday, or a day before, I also moved into 63 here, so we're going to be getting some new content for this. So we got it in the shop here, and we're going to be doing, I really want to document this one the most that I ever have, which would mean shopping for parts, shopping for deals, weighing options, making lists, and everything. So let me get set up here, man. We're going to put all these moldings on a table so we can get some clean work in and bring you guys back. All right, man. So these moldings were quite the job. Right there, Bobby's having to grind down some of the clips so they could slide in the moldings, because like I said, the moldings are a little bit thicker because of the chrome, and also these are reproduction clips. So he's using a little Milwaukee M12 little rotary tool, man, that I picked up. Man, it's a really good tool. Like, it's so much better than using an air. It's a really good tool. I think it was like $80. But man, so these clips, okay, apparently I didn't do any research on this. It looks like there's a bunch of different type of sets available online. And like this one right here, okay, that's a reproduction. The original one is still stuck in the molding. We were able to use that, but the new screw, you know, is a whole different size than the original. So you can see there, it doesn't fit. So luckily I was able to find some screws. I have like little bins and stuff. The key takeaway from that is you don't want to use a long screw because it'll put an outie in the molding. So just a really short screw. You can stack washers to shorten it if needed, but you definitely don't want to do something long because you're going to put a dimple or an outie before the molding gets tight. These clips right here, I don't know why they were included. They're not bent like those right there. So the big flat ones are kind of useless for 62. Although the box of the clips was labeled as 62, you know, so I don't know. But we had to bend a couple of those big ones to work. So we did use a couple of them, but it took some bending in the vise and some finessing to get them to fit. Overall, this job took probably like 6 hours when we were thinking it was going to take about 2 hours. You can see right here, once the clip is in, use a little chisel, I guess, and small hammer, and you have to tap them, you know, into place. It's best to put the moldings, mock them up on the car with no clips, and then mark your moldings with a Sharpie marker of where the clips go. Then put them on your table, put the clips where your Sharpie markers are at, and then put them on the car. So we did the door moldings first because those really don't have any adjustment, and then you're going to want to put the fender molding after the door, because the door opens, and you know, if you put your fender molding too close to the door when you open your door, your door molding is going to hit your fender molding and buckle it or bend it, dent it, damage it, whatever. So we'll put the door first because there's not really a whole lot of movement on there. So here we are. Some of the clips fit real good. Some of them needed grinding work. So, you know, that's reproduction for you. These are OEM side moldings. They're original side moldings. Reproduction clips. So kind of get what you pay for. Bobby got off work. He's got a security hat on there. Man, it was, I think we topped out at 104 degrees yesterday. So I had like 5 fans. Yeah, it's 102 at 2 o'clock. Had like 5 fans going. So we have to do the voiceover, man. It was a scorcher, and it's only going to get worse for the next couple months here. But we kept it moving. All right, so here we are putting that one molding on. It uses those push-in clips that we just saw, and then 2 of the screw-in clips at the end that we just saw. So, man, I wouldn't want to try and do this with reproduction moldings. Or, I mean, OEM is going to be the best fit. But you can see it requires a lot of different tools, man. A lot of little screwdrivers and little hammers and just a lot of patience. So you can see, luckily that clip is able to slide. Sometimes these clips don't slide. Sometimes they're locked in, tapped in from the back, so you got to bend them out. You definitely want to do that before anything is chrome plated, because aluminum is very delicate, and you go to prying on chrome plated aluminum and it's going to start flaking off. So it's very tedious work, man. But we were able to get it done, and we didn't damage anything. We didn't damage the car. We didn't damage the molding, so we're good, man. The car's filthy. It's been sitting there for a few weeks, several weeks. It's covered in dust. It's covered in, man, we've been working in the shop, man. We did, like I say, we did some home improvement projects, man. We put up a steel fence. In all, I think I cut up like 3,000 linear feet of steel. So that's like over half a mile of steel that I cut up to build a fence. So that's been taking up our time, man, but we finally finished that, man. Real excited to get back into the car content. So here we are. This is definitely a 2-person job. I mean, I guess you can do it by yourself. But, you know, it's 2 people makes things a lot easier. 3 would even be better, but you don't really need 3. So here we are. Like I say, you want to be real careful right there. You don't want to put an outie on it, so I'm feeling with my finger as he's screwing it in there to make sure, you know, we're not pressing on it. So success. I think next up on this car is we need to get some door mirrors. You can see where we marked it with the Sharpie. We can use Windex to take that off. It wipes right off. Or you can use a little bit of lacquer thinner on a little towel, and it wipes that Sharpie right off, man. No problem, no sweat. After the door, we moved on to the fenders. The fenders use these special clips that are bent to fit in the molding. There is room for adjustment. That back one is going to use the same clip that we just used on the end of the doors. I think getting to that fender, the back fender clip, was by far the hardest one to get to. It's a funky size. It's Chinese, so it's not quite metric, and it's not quite standard either. Super cheap, man. So, like I say, the fender has room for adjustment. Man, probably up to like half an inch. So you just kind of want to get it as close as possible to the door without without putting it in a bind. So here I am holding it while he's gonna put the speed nuts on. Overall, I think the easiest molding to put on was the long quarter panels. Those kind of go where they go. There's not really that much room for adjustment. I think the hardest part, or the most important part, is to get the moldings all level. You see some of these cars, the door molding and the quarter panel molding is like way off, and it doesn't look, uniform. So that's the major takeaway from putting these moldings on. Here we got Bobby using the step-up bit on fresh paint. We had to enlarge the holes a little bit, so the bigger the hole, the more adjustment you have. So we just had to step it up about 2 steps on the bit, and to be able to get the moldings level. So these are reproduction quarter panels. So we didn't drill all the holes that a factory quarter panel would have. I think we ended up putting 2 on towards the front and then 4 on the rear. It might have been 3 on the front. I think we might have drilled another hole. And it holds the moldings just fine. So there's no need to go overboard on them. You know, you're going to have leftover stuff. As long as the molding is on, it's secure, it's tight, and it looks good. And you're never going to see the holes. So we did go back and put a little bit of butyl tape over the holes just to keep moisture out, you know, and like the factory would have been, and keep from preventing rust, you know, on this fresh metal that he's drilling out. So definitely want to take your time on this. You don't want that drill bit to snap or to slip and ruin your day. Here is the passenger side fender. And like I say, that first clip right there is really tight in there. So these call for special clips that are bent to accommodate for the shape of the molding. And that's why I, you know, said previously, like, I don't understand those big flat ones, because they're not made for these moldings. So I don't know, man. There's so many different versions of kits. If you Google it, I saw at least 5 yesterday evening after we were done. I'm like, man, they're just selling whatever. But overall, man, it wasn't bad, man. I'm really glad to get these things off my table and out of the way, because they're super delicate, they're super expensive, and they're a liability. So here he is finishing up on the door, and it's looking good, man. This is kind of the dark side, not a whole lot of good lighting, but I think next up on this car, man, probably proceed with probably wiring. Probably start looking at, or we could put the door panels on now. We could do some interior stuff, and that's going to be next. So these right here, the quarter panel moldings, those are like factory embedded brackets that are part of the molding. So good thing the chrome shop, you know, taped up the threads there. So like I say, those are locked in. So the quarter panel molding is going to kind of go where it goes. But overall, man, I'll wrap it up here, man. Do a quick overview, but that's how we install the side moldings.
All right, it is 6:40 and it's still 99 degrees out here. Cut the fans off briefly just to do a recap, but the molding is on. Cut this other light on, man. Man, it's hot. Ooh-wee, man. What you think, Bobby?
I thought it was gonna take us 2 hours.
The clip set was strange because it came with extras, and it came with some that you can't even use unless you bend.
Why? So why?
I don't know, man.
The clips are flat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm gonna do that in the voiceover. This side's dark. Nice and level. Door open, just fine. Clears the molding. It's pretty good contour. These were original moldings, right? Fit nice. So what's next?
Let's do it.
You need a break?
Yeah.
We ain't touched this thing in 5 weeks. Is this thing cycling or what? It's never done that. Must have got too hot. Anyways, hood lip. You dropped that off yet?
I'm probably gonna tell John to do it.
Fool said he ain't got time. He gets off at 2 o'clock.
What?
Yeah, Johnny's good for it.
You said they don't have time. I got up at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also cropped down. Jerk.
All right, man. That's good. We got it done. We got the moldings off my table onto the car so they won't get damaged. It's looking good. I think the color match was a good idea. What you guys think in the comments? Really can't go wrong with it. Y'all stay tuned for the next one.